Hello everyone and welcome back for another video. I'm Stoya. Okay.
And I'm Mayitetr.
I'm tired. Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. I'm Mayitetr and this is Stoya, and today we are going to do the interracial marriage tag. So we will jump right into it. And the first question is one that we get asked often, especially on TikTok, and that is, where are we from?
So guys, first, good evening. We're filming it in the evening, that's what I'm saying, good evening. I'm from Bulgaria, but I live in London since I think 2009. So yeah.
And I am from Togo. I'm Togolese. I grew up in Togo most of my life there, and I came in the UK like 10 years ago, a little bit more, yeah. So that's where we're from, and we met here in London. And the next question is, what was your family reaction to your relationship?
Well, my family reaction was basically, my mom was the most important person, first of all. So she said, if I'm happy and if the person is making me happy, that she's happy for me and she'll support it. So that's what she done. She supported it. And of course, it's not easy for family, to accept someone which is not speaking the common language, which is your native language, because the communication between them is not going to be the same. But yeah, fully supported, I can say.
Yeah, we manage. Stan's mom and I, and both mom, by the way, we speak, we talk with the phone, and yeah, I'm learning. So as far as I'm concerned, there was never a question about why I'm marrying another race, and I think that's something they were expecting anyways. Like, he's not the first white guy that I've dated, so there were not any. We never talk about it. We never. There will be times where they will say things like, "Oh, are you sure white people are like this, white people do this?" So you just need to be prepared, and how we stereotype and how we see other relationships, and then we try to put it the same way like other people. But apart from that, yeah, nobody said nothing. This question about our family reaction to our relationship, we could talk a little bit more about it in our next video, which will be about how we met. That one has more to do with how we met and how we got into this marriage. So if you want to know how we met, stay tuned for the next video. So the next question is, will it be easier to date your own race?
Well, I can say yes and no, because probably yes, same language, same culture, but then no in the same time, because sometimes the different things attract each other. It's like you feeling each other's personalities, and when it's different culture, it's a lot of feeling. And I think yes and no, it really depends of the situation. There's no yes or no answer. I think it's mixed. It can be and it cannot be. It really depends on the person you're gonna meet.
It's not easy to date outside of your race or your culture or your house or your country.
Yeah,
I think
it's more already adventurous though.
It's already hard, even if you marry someone from the same country or your neighbor, because the education or the way you've been brought up is obviously different. Your views, your personality, you're just different people. Doesn't matter if you're black or white. So there is difficulty in every relationship, in my opinion. That's how it is, and we just ride those waves. But yes, there are some difficulties that we go through as far as the race is concerned, because we have different cultures, we have different values, we have different views, especially people around. In the relationship itself, is easier to manage, but when it comes to people around, because it's not everyone that married you or saw you.
That's why you don't listen to nobody, guys. Yeah, listen to only each other.
Yeah, I mean, but still they bring kind of struggles in the relationship. Like, we face a lot of this kind of argument.
Yeah, this is just like a personal advice I'm giving to them. Like, just to stay within the house. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, and that's something too, for even if you're married in the same country, in the same race. What is happening in your family is your family, and even if you're going to tell someone, or even if you're going to let someone tell you about what is going on inside you, it should be blocked kind of, and very scanned through. That's something I've learned the hard way. So you should know how to, go through them and then accept some stuff and reject most of them. So apart from that, we learn to accept each other. The most important part is to accept each other, because after that, everything goes well, and then talk about it. We have problem with choosing names. We have problem with
I think you have, to be honest, my opinion, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I think you have problem choosing names anyway. I mean, it depends.
Yeah,
even if you're from the same
it was more
place, you're still gonna have problems with, like, oh no, this name, no, I want this name. It's normal. When it comes to name, there is no one couple you're gonna ask and they're gonna tell you, oh, it's super easy, you choose the name. For me, that's no possible.
It's true, but it was a little bit more for us, because they have their own tradition and we have our own, and it's like the common thing that like, for example, they celebrate their names. We don't celebrate their names, and they take it seriously, and then it's funny for me, but for you it's very important. And then the way you name your kids too is very important, and it's very weird for me, because it's so important for them, to a point where even on the passports there is count of names, and it doesn't go further than that. No more than that. So that's something that I have to accept and understand, and then talk through it with you, and we work it out. I've, by the way, added more names from my country, but that's another story for another time. But this is like a weird thing. We will talk about that another time if you want to know. Comment below. And the next question is, are you worried your children will be discriminated for being mixed race?
If I was back home, it might be, but to be honest, it's 21st centuries and things change a lot. I mean, yeah, there is probably still some discrimination, but I think for the 21st century, everything is so advanced, there's so much more exposure, and things are changing, I think, for the best. And I don't think my kids will be discriminated here in this country. Maybe not, but then I don't know. I mean, they can be discriminated not only because they're mixed, they can be discriminated. People can be discriminated because they're from another country, because they're foreigners, because they're of funny dialect, or I mean, you can face all kinds of discrimination. So to be honest, no. And even if they are, I mean, they need to, hopefully learn to deal with it. Because me personally, when I come here, yeah, people discriminate you, from Eastern Europe, your English not good. you're learning the basics, but then you shouldn't care. You shouldn't care. That's it. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't care, but your kids might be different. I think this is possibility. It's true that things are changing, but it's also true that some people remain who they are, and it depends how they grow up and what they've been taught and their exposure to the outside world. Basically, things are changing quickly as well. Like yesterday maybe yesterday today they're fine and tomorrow they might be not fine. So we don't know how things will change in the world tomorrow. So hopefully they will be fine. But definitely that's something that for me I think about, and I know that even though myself I grew up in Togo, I do get discriminated. Sometimes I have comments like, you can't represent your country, even though I grew up there and I'm fully Togolese. My passport doesn't say otherwise.
She's not fully Togolese now, she's half Bulgarian. So.
How am I half Bulgarian?
You're half Bulgarian now. I'm half Togolese, you're half Bulgarian. That's how things happen.
Anyways, he's embracing us. Yes, I've embraced you too. But yeah, so hopefully they'll be fine. It's definitely something that I worry about, but hopefully they will be fine. We just need to teach them not to care, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's when you need to be, you see, even if I think the very important for parent, I realize, is that you need to pay full attention to your children mood and behavior and know your children very well, so when something is wrong you can tell straight away, and then doesn't matter, is it gonna be a bully, or is it gonna be a bad day at school, or is it gonna be that somebody says something, that you just need to be aware of normal behavior of your kids, and then when you see that the kid is sad, or you know what I mean, you know what I'm talking about. I don't need to explain more. Like,
well, we still have very young kids, so I've learned something is not to talk too quickly.
Different people.
What do you mean? We have the same kids.
Yeah, same kids, but we have different.
That's one of the difficulties.
But that's not difficult.
You know, viewpoints, you know, the way I view it, the way you view it.
When you have two lens,
but it happens in every couple. It happens in every couple.
Yeah.
Not like because we are black and white. Okay. Oh, that's something as well that people don't like me to say. When I say I'm black, people always get angry. You're not.
I can say that I am white because I am.
Okay. I'm yellow. Do people stare at you when you are together in public?
I don't know, because I don't care about people in general, what they think about me, what they talk. I don't care. I've been raised up to be paying attention on to myself and what is affecting my life, and things which doesn't affect me, I don't pay attention to. So no, I don't know. I don't care.
That's good. I do get stared at when I'm in Bulgaria. In here, when we're together, and if I don't know, but they're also nice people in Bulgaria. Not just staring is nothing harmful. It's okay. And
curiosity.
I mean, some
they're
people
just
can
curious.
feel.
They're just curious.
Yeah, and then we also stay in a village, not far from the city, Plovdiv, but
there's no village. They call it my wife.
Is it?
I'm not from the village. The name of my city is Plovdiv, and we're staying on the hills of Plovdiv. They call it the Bulgarian Beverly Hills.
Markovo. Yeah.
Markovo.
Yeah.
So this village is just my wife wanted just.
No, it's a posh village.
No, it's not.
Okay
it's not posh village.
What is it then?
It's the Bulgarian Beverly Hills.
Okay, we don't call it village. But people stare at me because they never seen black. So it's one village. Yeah, so in public, I no. Maybe if we were in the US, we might complain about that. But here, there are many mixed couple out there.
Yeah, I think things are advancing very quickly.
Depends where you are, I think. Online though is different. Do people ever comment on your relationship in public, or do they even know that you are in a relationship?
Well, and for the first one, I don't know, because as I said, I don't care about people, and things doesn't affect me. And the second one was, what was the second one?
Do they even know that you are in a relationship?
Oh yeah, I mean, we staying next to each other, we hold hands, and most of the time we have our 2 children with us, so it's pretty obvious that we are together. So if you cannot think that we're together, well, then something is wrong with you, because we come as a package.
We are too busy watching over the kids as well and doing our own thing to get home. So I don't think I really pay attention at this point. In public, online though.
Online, that doesn't bother me at all as well. Same thing. My wife, because she have different life experience and stuff, so this thing really getting into her, but
is it because of life experience?
I'm just on top of the wave.
I don't think it's because of life experience. I think it's because of who you are. Maybe also traumas.
I mean, to what you go through, isn't it? So it's like,
yeah, but I'm learning not to care at this point.
I'm trying my best, guys.
It's just the way you view it. I finally made sure to view it in a way that these people have different views, different values, different beliefs, and when people talk, they actually don't talk about you, and that's something you have to understand. Like, sometimes you say hello to somebody and the person says something that literally has nothing to do with you. Maybe like, oh, it's cold today, isn't it? And then you're like, I'm not cold.
I pretend I don't even hear them. When they say such a thing, I'm just passing by.
No.
I'm just
but that's not my point. My point is people talk about themselves. So when you start seeing it that way, it starts hurting less. It's just some people goes to the very far, like insulting you, even though they don't know you, or even cursing you. And I mean, like, it's very weird how people feel comfortable online to talk negativity, but we have also very nice people around that I just love, because the most important part
I think it's because, to be honest,
happy?
I think the most valuable reason for people to be that strong online is because the stick cannot reach them through the phone. Because if the stick can reach you, you're not gonna be that brave.
Okay, do you get frustrated not being able to express yourself in your own language?
Sometimes, to be honest, when I'm really angry, I still express myself with final words from my language. But because I've been here for over 10 years now, and I express myself. It's just sometimes communication barrier is there. With the way you say things, it comes out different, and it's affecting the other person different. So just like a piece of advice out of the questionnaire is, when you in a relationship and you're foreigners and this is not your native language, just make sure that you speak with the person as a person. Or is that what you meant? Because sometimes you say something, you want to say something in one way, but then it comes out in a totally different way, and the person understands in a totally different way, and it's like a bomb flying, and you're like, what happened? Like, and then you're just confused, like, oh, but why? And then when you talk with your partner and you're like, no, I mean that one, but you said that, oh, no, I didn't mean that. So just make sure that you communicate.
Yeah, they just have to go through the being frustrated to actually go through it, like, because most of the time is when we start talking, and then at the end we realize that, oh, it's actually a problem of we say something in the wrong way, and then we become English teachers to one another Oh, no, that's how you say it. No, you didn't say it right. No, you said
We
it
have
that
only
way.
one English
You said it
teacher.
that
We
way.
have only one English teacher.
That's not
it.
true.
Me English teacher.
Yeah, but if you say it wrong, I have to correct you so you learn it, isn't it?
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
But why should I not? You don't want to learn.
No. I'm not saying in a bad way. I just said that the teacher is only one.
It's not true.
Correction.
Teacher as well.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the last question, I believe. That was the last.
That was the last question?
Yeah, I think. If you have questions for us and if you want to know more about how we kind of like deal with specifically to us, I guess.
Or if you want to
Just
hear
comment
me
below.
giving you some marriage advice
101.
for couples, not even 1-on-1, we can give it to I don't mind. So if you're curious, I can share my experience with you guys, and then my wife, I guess she will share the experience as well, because she will not have other choice if I'm sharing.
Anyways, we'll be having our next video will be about how we've met, so stay tuned for that one. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, comment below, give us a thumbs up, and then give us any questions you have, any suggestions for video. If you want to know more, comment as well. And then we'll be back, and we'll see you in our next video about how we've met. Take care. Bye bye.